Good evening and welcome to another video by Russia UK. Right, on today's video, you've actually joined me in my bedroom. And the reason for that is because there has been some breaking news from Uber regarding the Supreme Court hearing, and I thought I'd quickly do a video just to let you guys know what I think of it. I'm not 100% sure how all this is going to be working out. I haven't read it completely. Well, I have, but I haven't understood it completely. So please forgive me if I make any mistakes regarding this, because in the future things might work out a bit differently. Right, now, firstly, I've told you guys to hold back on the solicitor's claim. I was right on that, because this probably supersedes everything your solicitor was going to do for you. So, let's have a word with the solicitor, see what they say, and then carry on from there. But I did warn you to hold back, and if you did, it's worked out well for you. You didn't have to supply anything to the solicitors, but that's a different issue altogether. Now, so the Supreme Court said, these are workers, and that they needed to be treated like workers. I think it falls under the Limb B worker status, basically meaning that you have to adhere to three criteria: the minimum pay, holiday pay, and pension. And the press release just now addresses all three of them. And I'm going to just quickly go by what I think it is, and is it actually what it is? Does it do what it says on the tin? Right, firstly, minimum pay. Now, so they're saying we're going to pay everyone £8.72 living wage, average living wage in the UK. Now, that sounds good, I suppose. It's frustrating for me, actually. It really hurts me, because this is a trade where we never thought about minimum wage before Uber came along. And for now, right, and it's partly all these new drivers are coming along and going blah, 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 minimum wage and we want minimum wage and all that. This trade never had a minimum wage requirement ever. So, just turn that off. So, God knows why minimum pay is such a big issue now, but it is, and let's just deal with that. So, Uber have come along now and said, look, if you're over 25, we're going to give you the national minimum living wage. Okay, 25, good. If you're under 25, you need to get yourself a life. If you're under 25 and you thought you're coming to taxing right now, you have lost in life already. You haven't even tried anything else. This trade, is something else. But under 25, you've lost in life already. Now, so if you're over 25, they're saying, look, we're going to pay you a minimum wage, right, of £8.72. But here's a caveat. They are only going to pay you minimum wage from the time you actually accept a job till the time it finishes, right? So there's no, I'm logging on to work and I'm going to do my 8-hour shift and I'm going to be paid a minimum of £8.72 for them 8 hours. There's none of that. You'll hear them saying about, there's no flaw to this. Drivers could earn much as they want, but no, they can't, because they could only earn minimum wage from the time you accept the job till you drop the job. Right, so sometimes that could work out easily, and I'll do some videos how we actually put this to advantage. But what I mean by that is, for instance, now, right, if you're on a motorway or something and coming and they give you a job half an hour away, if you think it's going your way and everything, it's probably worth accepting that now, where before you probably wasn't. So, and you are not going to rush to any job, by the way, now. Okay, no rushing to jobs anymore. You are going to take your time, because at least you're getting the minimum wage. But we will find a few ways where we could make that work. So stick with me on that. I'll come out with a few things later on other videos, hopefully. But something that can attract a lot of the drivers, a lot of new drivers, and I think that's what Uber's um, tactic is, they're telling new drivers, come along now and we'll give you minimum wage. But obviously, as I explained, it is not minimum wage. This could mean a reduction up to 60, 70% of your wage in some circumstances. So minimum wage, total failure on the Uber side of that, when you just accept the job. So you could be sitting for 1 hour and you get one job, which is that 10-minute slot, because it's a minimum pay job. Not worth it at all, because you are going to get nothing for it apart from what the job pays out. They haven't got rid of thingy, by the way. What do they call it? Fixed fares. That still stays. So the riders still, get a good money out of that. So that's the first one, minimum pay. Right. Second one, which I discussed, this was holiday pay. Right, now this is probably the best one out of all of them, the holiday pay. So what are they saying about holiday pay? They're saying we will pay you 12.07%. Don't ask me how they actually got that figure. The mind boggles, how they got that figure. But that's what they're saying. 12.07% of your, listen to this carefully now, earnings. Right? So for instance, let me just break it down because some of you might get confused here. Say you've earned on a weekly basis £500. I know some of you earn £1,000, and some of you in London are earning, £2,500 a week. But forget that. Let's just stay where we are in Birmingham and just talk on £500. They're saying when you equate 12.07% on 500, you're going to be left with £60, right? Every 2 weeks, and say you did earn £500 one week, £500 next week, obviously the figures will differ. That will give you £120, £120 in a fortnight. Okay, so they'll give you £120 every fortnight, right? Which is not bad really, but they're not going to give you holidays. What they're saying is this is your holiday pay. Either save that up and go on holiday, or whatever it is, that's yours. So that there is quite good actually. It actually means it's an increase of 12% on your earnings, doesn't it really? And again, it sounds good, but I'm telling you, Uber will start recruiting drivers big time very soon. As soon as this pandemic's over, big time recruitment coming up. They will have drivers parked up on every corner, every front of every houses now. So, much as it sounds good, there's a lot more worse things to come for drivers on that side of things. And lastly, quickly as well, because it's late night, pension. So again, not completely sure, but the way they're saying is, we pay certain percentage, you pay certain percentage, we give that to the government, and then we'll build a pension pot for you when you actually retire. Not if we deactivate you sooner or later that you retire. I don't think many people are going to retire without getting deactivated within that time frame. I doubt it very much. But say you did, manage to get through all the nets and everything, there is a pension pot for you, which is good, I suppose. But something, in this job, as I said, I've been doing this for 26, 27 years now. The only pension pot you're going to build is your own. Save a little bit. Asians, they love buying properties. Buy a property, whatever it is. That's the way you build your pension scheme. That's our pension scheme. We don't rely on getting anything from Uber, then putting a bit on our side, and eventually, waiting all them years to actually build a pot. But that's what it is. It's good, I suppose. It's better than not having a pot at all. So that's good. Holiday pay, I think that is very good. Minimum pay, just a red herring. Nothing, I promise you, there's nothing in that. If anything, that is just a mechanism to recruit lot more drivers, and there will be a lot more drivers coming on board. So anyway, 10 minutes over. I wanted to do this for 10 minutes only. I'll speak to you guys very soon. Bye bye now.